So in my 50s, I had moved into a place with Jerry where, as missionaries, the true success of a missionary really is localization. What does that mean? That means local people taking the lead in the organization. And that had started to happen in our 40s, and my 40s and partly through my early 50s. And so there was a time when we pulled back and we saw that happen. We saw some amazing people that were serving with Love Botswana that had been with us for some years. One can't go without mentioning, and that's Gary Pilatsueo and his family that took it and ran with it, and his social work background just exploded the impact of Love Botswana in the Northwest and Okavango districts through his experience and expertise in social work. And I have a great love for social workers. Really value the work that they do, because it's the real stuff of life. They get out there with the people. I think every Christian ought to have some social work background, really, because you're really getting into the heart of people. So we were in that mode, but as time went on, Gary himself and the board started to realize, that we needed more of the DNA that Jerry and I brought in the beginning. He also personally went off to study and, improve his education and stuff. We didn't think he needed any more education, but he did. And people, we don't hold on to anybody, because the Bible, God mandated us to develop leaders for Africa. So, so many times through those years, you have people who came through and government would snatch them up. They would offer them a great offer and they couldn't refuse it, and they'd leave us, and I'd just say, are you kidding me? We get people all trained up straight from college, and then they go away, and then God just spoke to me and said, hey, remember, you're developing leaders, and so everyone that leaves you and goes to another job or a better job, you've done your job, So I'm like, okay, I guess I can live with that. But anyway, so we started. I was offered the role of CEO. I'm still a missionary. I don't get a salary for that. I get to do that, and I thought, well, I'm not qualified for that. But they all assured me, the boards and Gary also was like, I feel like we need your heart in there. We need you to be your pulse in there. And so I said, fine, I'll do it. But I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to surround myself with people who do know what they're doing. And as a result, I can say it's been well into 4 years now in that role. And so from where we were to where we are now, there have been many, many painful changes that have taken place. Because now, going into my 60s, we're talking about sustainable transformation. We're talking about legacy. We're talking about passing the torch. And I'm not naive in that, yes, I am getting older, and I will be getting older. I got a good 20 years ahead of me. I could still hold my own for a while. But my success and what I look most forward to is seeing leaders developed underneath those sons and daughters. So our legacy is raising sons and daughters, people who can carry on well beyond the years that we're gone. We want this to outlive us, and that's what I'm focusing on in this season.